guys, let's all take a moment to release the breath we didn't know we were holding and talk about the most difficult, hardest part of writing fiction, which no one really talks about, but is super hard, and I want to talk about it. And that is the moment when someone says or does something, and then your protagonist has to have a feeling about it and then convey that feeling to the reader. Like, and you have to do it in a way that's not the same old thing over and over again, like the blood drained from her face, or she felt a lump rise in her throat, or something like that. So the number one thing that has been really useful for me is the Emotion Thesaurus, which you can buy anywhere books are sold. And this has all the emotions like listed, and then little things for each emotion, like the actual like physical signs. And this is good because you can it can help with plotting too. It can help, like, if someone's depressed, what are they going to do when they're depressed? And then, you can add that part to the plot. But it's also really useful if someone is reacting to something, and you can actually show like the physical reaction, like inhaling deeply. Okay, this is a defiant person. Inhaling deeply, nostrils flaring, that sort of thing. And then it also breaks it down by having the internal sensations, like a throbbing chest or throat. By the way, like, it feels like all emotions have someone's heart pattering or pounding, and then also their throat getting clogged, which is, a thing for me as I'm working on this manuscript that I'm working on. I have to like not do the heart thing so much, because like I have right now, my character is like, his heart is pounding all the time. He needs to chill out, honestly. So it also has mental responses, which is like things like thoughts being clouded by frustration and anger. And then it has long-term responses. So all this is super useful. Now, in addition to what the character themselves are actually like physically feeling, you can also use the environment to give a feeling of the emotion. So you can have the character notice a smell in the air during the moment when they are having a big feel. So let's say a character says something, and then instead of going to the reaction where the character's heart pounds or something like that, you can have like a moment where I suddenly noticed the scent of eucalyptus in the air that I hadn't noticed before, something like that. And you can also like have the character like notice something in the environment, like I suddenly found myself drawn to a piece of paint flapping off the side of the building, whatever. Then you can also have, something that the character is noticing about the other person, like a detail about them. And that is also like a way to kind of convey that, since they're noticing, they're like hyper fixating on like a mole on the other character's nose, or the way that the character is gesturing with their hand, that can tell you something about the character's emotion. Okay, and then my last tip, I should have numbered these, but let's say I have like 4 tips. My last tip is to keep a bunch of really good books around and mentally make a note when there's like a good like emotion feeling moment, like when the character is having a feel, and like pay attention to what that character is doing or saying. So here in Hot Dog Girl by Jennifer Dugan, we have this nice little moment where she says, I wriggle my toes in the sand and let my fingers ghost over the top of the water, content to watch Celie swim under the bright moonlight. It's quiet out here, only the occasional cricket or car interrupting the stillness of the night. And it's kind of a nice subtle feel. And this is another nice little moment from Curse of Roses by Diana Pingicha. Sweat piled along her hairline, stewed in her cheeks, the heat unbearable. So that's my tips. So when you are writing that moment where the character is reacting to something or having a feel, you don't want to just use the same old cheesy lines over and over again. A good tip is to go and get your emotion thesaurus because it has a lot of really great examples. Another tip is to use the environment or use something that the character is like noticing about the other character. And then another one is to keep a lot of really good books around so that you can get inspiration from them and kind of remember them as you are writing and think, okay, that author did this particular thing to indicate a feel. I can do something like that. So obviously you don't want to just take someone else's words because then we're going to end up with, I released a breath I didn't know I was holding over and over and over again. Have fun giving your characters feels and yeah, if you have anything that you want me to talk about in future videos, drop a comment and also drop a comment with any line that you have seen in a book that did a really good job of conveying a feel. And I would love to hear about it, okay? I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.